Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Over&Out. Today I'm joined by Aditya Perry. You've seen him before a few times. Nishant, he actually runs the channel, and I'm here for the free food cooking in the background. But yeah, so what are we doing today, Nishant?
We are here to discuss the Champions Trophy 2025 preview.
What preview? Like how the tournament's gonna go, the squads?
Yeah, we're going to discuss everything. The squads, what we think, where this team will land, will they make the semis or finals, their strengths, weaknesses, and maybe a key one or two players that we thought missed out somehow. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's going to be the skeleton of the show. Okay, so we'll begin with the host, Pakistan. Co-host Pakistan and UAE. You can see the squad on the screen. I think if you were to discuss a few strengths for Pakistan, what would you think their strengths be in the championship?
I mean, they're hosts, right? I mean, if you're host, you have the crowd behind you. You know the pitches a little bit better, even though they don't play a lot of international cricket there historically. They've started playing there again. They obviously play their domestic leagues and everything there. So that's always an advantage. You know the place best, and you're going to take that into the field as well.
But given the recent track record in home conditions, they haven't done so well. They've lost series against New Zealand in the past. They've lost series against England in the past. The last series they won, but the ones before that they lost. So yeah, they don't have too much of a home advantage.
I mean, no, I agree with you. I was just kind of talking about like overall, when the crowd is there behind you, it's a big tournament. It's the first big ICC tournament they're getting to co-host, as you said. So I think that will have a little bit of a difference. But I mean, talking about the squad, what concerns me is that they only have one spinner.
Yeah,
like Abrar Ahmed in that set, right?
and that too, I'm sorry to say, he doesn't have a big track record of being like an amazing spinner. For example, how they have Noman Khan and Sajid Khan in the test squad. They're just carrying the team on their backs at this point. It was a big miss. Maybe they could have played. I don't know why they don't play for the one-day squad. If you have the caliber to play test cricket, you can definitely play one-day cricket.
I mean, yes, but the game's also evolved, right? And that's why, it also brings into question if, as good as a player Rizwan is, as good as a player Babar is, like if they can kind of play the new ODI cricket game. Because end of the day, I think it's going to be flat decks. I don't think these are going to be like super bouncy decks or something. So the question is, can Pakistan score 350 consistently? Or maybe surprises it ends up being a 280 tournament. That's
I mean, one thing that I noticed about, and that's what I think there could be, like strength-wise, the biggest thing would be that they've put a lot of all-rounders.
Yeah.
But what concerns me in that is they don't have all-rounders that have been playing a lot of ODIs. I mean, no one really has played a lot of ODIs in the recent years, but they're all very new all-rounders. But that could be a surprise element for other teams. They might not have had any research done on these all-rounders. So now we've had a look at the squad. What do you think would be strengths when it comes to Pakistan?
I think fast bowling.
Fast bowling?
They've got an amazing set of fast bowlers. Naseem Shah being one, Haris Rauf being the second one. They also have Shaheen Shah Afridi. That's a very good pace bowling attack. Probably the best in the world. What do you guys think?
I think fast bowling is a strength if they prepare the pitches accordingly. Also, they have to play a couple of games. They have to play India and UAE, I think. So there's a little bit of a concern there, but yeah, the fast bowling is strong. But I think the big advantage is that they're playing at home, and playing at home always helps, right? Like you have the crowd behind you, irrespective of the first major ICC tournament Pakistan is hosting in like more than 2 decades. So that's going to have a difference. I'm at least guessing it was before 2009, right? So
I think it was the 1996 World Cup.
Yeah, so see, so
yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. Anyway, so I think every team will be quite surprised visiting there, especially
India.
They're not visiting. They're not visiting.
Yeah.
I think for me, I would go the other route of batting because their strength lies in their opening 3-4 batsmen. Rizwan, I love Rizwan. I love what they're doing to the team. Like they're taking the team in a very different direction now, and him leading the squad. Babar is I think is one of the best ODI batsmen currently, I would say. His form might be a question because he's always been hot and cold, but playing in Pakistan most of their matches, I think that is a good I think that's a good turning point in his career if he's able to capitalize on it. Anyway, I think one key point I wanted to discuss, and that we can apply this for every team, is weaknesses. And do you think there may be one or two key players who missed out.
Right.
That could have actually been the key to that.
I mean, to be fair, it's been a few years since he's played, but every time I see a Pakistan squad and I don't see Shoaib Malik on it, I'm like, wow, that's actually happening.
It has
Is
been.
he still around? Has he not retired yet?
I have no idea if he's retired,
Oh,
right?
wow.
But it's always weird to me when I don't see him in the
He's
squad.
about 42 years old.
So
It's about time.
So
he
let's
wants
say a
to-
player like Shoaib Malik, whoever took the reins after Shoaib Malik. I think for me it was Sam Ayub. I love that guy. The mentality that he plays with was amazing. It was unfortunate that he had to miss out because of the injury he sustained in, I think it was South Africa. And they did amazing in South Africa. I think they defeated South Africa in ODI after so many years. And I think that gave them big confidence boost coming into Champions Trophy, defeating a team like South Africa. So I think Sam Ayub, and is there any other player that you thought missed out?
No player comes to my mind as such.
I mean, a
but
couple
think
more spinners, maybe?
Yeah, exactly. They're lacking spinners.
Yeah.
I mean, again, but when you think about the spinners, they had Mohammad Nawaz earlier. He wasn't a game changer as such. Shadab Khan as well. He got a lot of chances before he was dropped. He got trolled as well heavily after the T20 World Cup. So yeah, I mean, he was a good batting option as well. But in general, I think they're lacking a lot of spinners. So yeah, that's been a very big.
Do you think them lacking a lot of spinners could be an indication that they're actually not making turning tracks?
I mean, it's a long tournament, right? There's a few stadiums, so the pitches will deteriorate.
Yeah, I mean, look, all the fields could be minefields, you know.
Or they could just be like highways, like plain highways. Like teams are like scoring 400 plus runs and they're being chased down. But you never know with Pakistan. I mean, one looming question has been the stadiums. वो बन ही नहीं रहे हैं. They're like कि टॉस से पहले मिस्त्री काम खत्म
I think
करेगा.
we get GTA 6 before that.
Because वो literally like I saw I think Irfan Pathan recently tweeted कि stadiums नहीं बन रहे हैं and then ICC को उन्हें इस time तक they have to hand over. But वो तो टॉस से पहले ही मिस्त्री आखिरी लगा के जाएगा, ईट तो खत्म होगा. Like he didn't say that obviously, but like it's a large question because आप इतने time बाद like you're hosting the tournament, we just pointed out. You cannot mess this up.
I mean, we'll see how they do. But I mean, do you guys think Pakistan's gonna do well in the tournament? Like, where do you do they?
If you were to place them,
Early predictions, huh? I would say that they'll be the runners-up.
so you're saying that they'll go to the finals and lose.
They will.
Okay, so we're gonna hold you on this, okay? So after the
Maybe the second team
after the Champions Trophy ends, let's see किसके कितने सही थे.
Okay. Got it.
We can have a friendly wager on this, okay? So he's saying Pakistan will end second. Okay. What about you?
I think they reach the semis.
Semis, I think so, yeah.
Who are they losing?
But but do you think they'll win the semis or no?
No, I don't think so.
No? I think the same. They'll reach the semis because it's India, Pakistan, New Zealand and
Bangladesh.
So New Zealand could just upset anyone in this world, but ODIs hai, you never know. Home advantage ke liye I would say Pakistan should be able to reach the semi-finals. But koi bharosa nahi hai, Bangladesh bhi pakade देना. Like you cannot say anything.
100%.
So my prediction would also be, so we are on the same page on this. But he's made a bold prediction. So I guess it's a good point for us to move on to the second team. And second team would be जिनकी वजह से hosts are not real hosts, India. I would say favorites. Like
I have a polar opposite opinion. I think we're looking at a group stage exit.
no way.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's coming.
People are gonna destroy.
I know
you,
they're
by
gonna
the way.
destroy it.
I mean,
but
see,
I feel like
I could see that, right? For that happening is like basically New Zealand defeating India, right? That's how it happens. But the thing is,
And Pakistan also defeated.
but the thing which happens often is that New Zealand defeats India and then it loses to someone like Bangladesh, right? So that's the issue there. But like talking about India, I do not think they're the best team in the tournament. You obviously have the best bowler in Jasprit Bumrah, but you never know when his back gives up. Because we're overly dependent on them.
And we're not even sure about his participation, because it's not
there's a
confirmed
question
yet.
mark. Yes, there's a bit of a question mark. So we're already kind of on the back foot, right? If Bumrah is going to be a question mark to actually play because of his recent injury. As much as I love Rohit and what he did in the ODI World Cup, as much as I love Kohli, I think they're past their prime, and I don't think.
Come on.
the Indian team
That's
will
the
reach
thing.
this
I don't
level.
think they're past their prime, but now is not the time for them to like win a tournament. You know, like I don't know. If
It's always the time for you to win a tournament. What are you saying?
I mean, as in, like, they're not in form. What I was trying to say was they're not in
Okay,
form.
so I think we jumped ahead on this one, but let's have a look at the squad. If I were to have a look at this squad, it's pretty much the same squad of what we went with the 23 World Cup, right? We did amazing.
Yeah.
I think UAE pitches are quite similar to what India has. But again, we don't know इतने short notice पे UAE ने भी क्या किया होगा वहाँ पर. We have absolutely no idea.
There's a lot of leagues going on as well.
Yeah?
Yeah, the IL T20 is going on right now in Dubai. So they will be playing on the used pitches.
Yeah.
You don't know the quality of pitches that you'll be getting. And yeah, look, on paper, this looks like the best team, okay? On paper, given...
Of course, we are always the best team on paper.
I mean, yeah, but still, this looks like the best team, but given the form of the players and given how little we've played in ODIs in the last couple of years, right after the 2023 ODI World Cup, I don't think we have enough preparation under our belts to go and win that tournament. That's the point.
But no team does ODI.
Pakistan does.
पाकिस्तान डज श्योर इंडिया ने आई थिंक 2023 के बाद से सिर्फ 4 ओडीआई खेले उसमें से भी 3 श्रीलंका के साथ थे दैट वी लॉस्ट मिजरेबली एंड आई वोंट काउंट दैट because Sri Lanka everyone sort of struggles and again ODI format I'm trying to defend India here but let's jump at let's discuss weaknesses and then we can go to strengths. Okay, sorry. So your prediction was group stage exit. Your prediction was
I think it's a semis exit as well.
Semis exit. I think they will win this. Okay. I'm going to be overly optimistic. मैं usually बहुत pessimistic होता हूँ, but I think they will win this and they'll reclaim the 2023 World Cup defeat. उसको एकदम मिटा दिया जाएगा.
That's very hard to do.
Okay, sure. So ये ठीक है. Mark my words. Fine. Let's do weaknesses first, and then we can jump on to strengths. What do you think is a prime weakness in their squad? One thing if you were to point out.
Okay, so if Bumrah is there, then I don't think bowling is an issue. But if Bumrah isn't there, then bowling could be an issue. But let's keep that aside until we get a confirmation on that.
Sorry, let's say Bumrah is not there.
Okay, yeah, then
Shami, Arshdeep, who else you have? Jadeja, Akshar Patel.
Who's your third seamer though?
I mean,
that is where India has taken a gamble because they know they are not going to play in Pakistan whatsoever.
Right.
Let's say they reach the finals and everything. I'm pretty sure it's going to be UAE even if it's an India-Pakistan final. They have taken a gamble here. Also remember, ये final squads नहीं है, ये provisional squad है. They still have some time. They might enter a pacer or two depending on how Bumrah is. Hardik Pandya से भी I'm pretty sure they're gonna bowl a few overs and he's a decent bowler.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So okay, so you think Bumrah पे dependency could be a big weakness, which I think is always the case with India nowadays. What about you?
I think because they can't make space for Yashasvi Jaiswal in the team.
Right.
Okay.
I think Rohit eats up a spot there, or Gill eats up a spot, right? One of those two. I don't think both of them playing together is the right approach for this particular.
With that. Because I think Rohit has been absolutely wonderful post 2023 World Cup as well. Only the last 3 months he wasn't good, but in ODIs and in Sri Lanka as well, the entire team was struggling. But this guy was flawlessly scoring those 50s. So I don't think his place is in contention at all.
I mean, obviously not. He's the captain. I'm not.
My issue with Rohit is I don't think he's going to score a Brendan McCallum kind of a 50, right? So I think at the pace at which he's scoring a 50, yes, it's very different to what Indian openers have historically done. But I do not think if you're going to score at that pace, then you need to make it bigger. And I don't think that conversion to 100 is happening. Whereas Yashasvi Jaiswal, if you want to quit 50, I think Yashasvi Jaiswal is better suited to that than either of our openers who are going to play. And
but I think if an opener is scoring, if let's say they're able to score 50s, that's good too. Like
I mean, it depends on the team.
अगर आप 400 chase कर रहे हो बाकी कोई नहीं चल रहा.
I think I've just lost faith in the Indian batting unit to kind of
I guess.
perform.
Okay, so you think that India ki opening could be or like the top order batsman because of the problem of plenty, let's say, could be a weakness.
Yeah.
I really think Jaiswal will play and Gill will come maybe one down.
So Kohli will play 2 down in ODI cricket.
Yeah.
Why not?
I mean, that's not happening. Because who do you replace, right? Shreyas Iyer had an absolutely wonderful
He's in my squad. If I were to pick playing 11,
he'll be at number 4, 100%. I don't think Kohli will take his position.
So Iyer can't come number 5?
And then you push like Pandya 6 or then KL Rahul doesn't play basically.
Yeah,
right? Like,
and but then if
you have to play
exactly.
You
need a
only
keeper.
Pant
Can replace KL Rahul.
So then Pant and KL Rahul might be a switch. that they might do one squad in group stage, or like let's say Bangladesh के साथ उन्होंने खिला दिया पहला I think
No, they're not going to. I think it's a small tournament. It's 5 games per team. They're going to play.
Like
Try to
full
play
strength,
similar
full
team.
strength.
Yeah, unless
So
they're-
okay,
Unless they're qualified already and then they want to rest Bumrah.
so you don't think KL Rahul and Rishabh Pant can be in the squad together?
Oh no, they can't play.
They can't play. They can't be in the playing 11.
Playing
together.
11.
Sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, they
No?
can't.
No.
Okay.
The glaring mistake I think they made here is by appointing Shubman Gill as the vice captain, because now he's undroppable. You know, like Rohit Sharma was undroppable because he was the captain. Shubman Gill is the vice captain, so he's also undroppable. Yashasvi Jaiswal can't come into the side at all unless there's an injury to either of them.
Yeah.
So that's one mistake they made.
I think for
I think
me,
bold prediction, they actually midway the tournament, I think the captain would not be playing the tournament anymore. I think.
I don't think so.
I
That's
don't
what I'm
think
saying.
so.
Indian
I mean-
cricket में इतने they don't have the guts to do this.
And that too, two
and-
matches into the tournament.
Yeah, like the hero worship that we do in our country, I don't think so that's happening. BCCI के पुतले जल जाएंगे मुंबई में. But yeah, we never got to my weakness. I think for me, India का weakness would be again हमेशा की तरह उनका middle space. वो middle space number 4, 5, 6 हमेशा एक प्रॉब्लम करता है इंडिया को और आज से नहीं सालों से है. Order is what wins games or loses games when especially you're chasing, which is what India likes to do often in ODIs. I think that's their weakness.
I have a question for you.
हाँ जी.
Who would you rather play? KL Rahul or Rishabh Pant? For that-
KL Rahul 100%.
100%.
Reason being ODI cricket में you need आपको स्थिरता चाहिए. 20 से 40 ओवर का जो गेम है बहुत लंबा होता है. लास्ट लेट्स से अगर आपके पास 40th ओवर के बाद 3 या 4 विकेटें पड़ी हैं, then you can go bang bang bang. But what if Pakistan and New Zealand come in there, upset you like 3 or 4 wickets, then फिर 30-40 ओवर बैटिंग कौन करेगा?
That's the issue with India, is that we play, the country plays as if there is this fear, oh, what if this happens, right? Like we don't play as if we're going to be on the front foot, and we select our squads on the basis of that, and I think that's going to hurt us anyway.
Okay, एक चीज और, since they've picked so many spinners, क्या स्पिन कॉम्बिनेशन इंडिया खिलाएगा यूएई के अंदर? स्पेशली वी हैव जडेजा, पटेल, वॉशिंगटन सुंदर, कुलदीप यादव. सो वी हैव 4 spinners, like stacked spinners in the squad.
Kuldeep and Akshar, I think.
So you are saying those spinners?
I think they're playing 3 spinners.
I think they'll play 3.
No, I think I mean, I think they play 2 spinners. I think they play 2 full bowlers.
Actually,
and
no, I
then-
agree with him because 2 full-time pacers plus Hardik Pandya.
No, but
plus
they have
two
to have a
spinners.
6th bowler. They can't
that's
play
the
ODI
thing,
with
right?
5 players.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Who's the 6th bowler then
Hmm.
in the squad?
So that's the thing.
So
right?
you're saying 3 spinners and 3 pacers?
No, I'm saying 3 pacers, 2 spinners, plus Hardik Pandya.
Yeah.
But 3 spinners, 2 pacers. Okay.
No, 3 pacers.
Who's the third pacer though? Third pacer is Hardik Pandya.
Shami, Arshdeep, and Bumrah, all 3 play fit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right.
No, but also depends, because if you look at the 2023 ODI World Cup, in the first game they played 3 spinners and 2 pacers. So that could be something they could apply here in Dubai if the pitch is turning.
Yeah.
But if they think that it's seaming, then they could play the extra seamer. Otherwise, they could stick to the third spinner. And if they're playing 3 spinners, there should be Kuldeep should absolutely be there.
So
Jaleja
we all
should
agree
be there.
Kuldeep Yadav should be in the spin squad.
Yeah.
Spin playing 11. I think the second one, India बहुत conventional होगा. I'm pretty sure वो जडेजा को लेंगे because that gives them a good batting option,
Exactly.
a reliable batting option.
Exactly.
Sounds been better in the white ball
Again,
format.
I agree.
As a batter.
If it
We
were
all
to
agree.
me, if I were the selector, मैं अक्षर पटेल को ऊपर रखूंगा.
Yeah.
But ये जडेजा का भी वही वो passing by
Yeah,
वाला है कि
exactly.
बस जा रहा है तो farewell tournament type हो गया. तो he's fit.
Yeah.
पर अगर वो 3 spinner खेलते हैं, then I think Washington Sundar will miss out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the story about India. I mean, I'd love to know what obviously the audience thinks as well. But
Yeah.
I don't think it's going very well.
Okay, so let's try to move the conversation along. We've discussed strengths. Have we discussed strengths?
Yeah,
we haven't
we have.
actually. We have only discussed weaknesses and where they'll end up.
Okay, let's discuss strengths then.
Huh. So, do you want to start with strengths? What do you think there could be like one key strength that, again, I know आपकी high hopes नहीं है इतनी, but still.
I mean, I think they're going to. I think Kuldeep Yadav and Hardik Pandya. I
Oh,
think
100%.
those two
That's
can
exactly what I
change.
was
Those two
gonna
can
say.
change games anytime.
Or if they find a way to play Akshar Patel, he could be a game changer as well, because
That's
he did that in the World Cup final. They found a way to play him there by playing both of them together, playing both Aksar and Jadeja together. But that was a T20 game. Here, I think if they find a way to play Aksar Patel and probably send him up the order as a pinch hitter if there's a collapse or something, then
You know what? I think Shreyas Iyer, one, again, बहुत time हो गया उसको खेले हुए. He's not been in the international scene for some time, but he will be a game changer player.
100%.
And one more, अगर chance दिया जाए, will be KL Rahul, 100%.
And
Plus Kuldeep Yadav. I trust him a lot with the ball.
Yeah.
But I think we can move on to the next team now.
Yeah.
Let's do New Zealand.
Yeah.
New Zealand, you can see the squad. I think it's a very balanced team. New Zealand has always been a balanced team in ODI squads. Mitchell Santner is leading, which is very interesting. He's been made the white ball captain now. He's changed his Instagram bio from part-time cricketer, full-time golfer to full-time New Zealand white ball captain.
Wow.
So yeah, I think it's a big jump.
Yeah.
And New Zealand has always been bold with their captain choices.
Right.
So with Tim Southee out of the scene, they had to have someone. So Mitch Santner is the captain. If you had to look at the squad now, X Factor player. If you were to discuss one or two X Factor players,
Kane Williamson coming back to form.
oh,
Like that guy alone can just bat, and
That is true.
I don't care if it's a 250 game on a tough wicket. If it's a 400 game, I think he has the skill set if he's back in form
yeah,
to win games alone.
that's actually true.
The other player would be Rachin Ravindra, a very
I was
good
gonna say
bowler,
the same.
very good batsman. Everything we want to see in Ravindra Jadeja. Yeah, so
Ravindra Jadeja is a way better bowler, man. I don't know how you went there.
I think Ravindra Jadeja has more matches on him, sure, but Rachin Ravindra shows a lot of promise.
yeah, exactly.
He is one bowler who can bowl 10 overs and then come out opening.
Exactly.
So he's very passionate. You see him evolving in the game. 2023, he's coming in as a debutant and he was the highest run scorer.
Exactly.
Come on, that's a good record to have.
No, I'm not saying he's a bad guy. He's a great player. I'm just saying he's not comparable to Ravindra Jadeja.
Okay, sure. Let's not compare him to someone, but I think Rachin Ravindra would have been like an X Factor player for me as well in my list. One player that I think will also do well is this guy, William O'Rourke. You remember what he did to India in the Test series?
What do you do?
He batted,
Yeah.
he bowled, like he was literally playing the exact same role.
Because all I remember from that
Tall,
series is
lanky
Mitchell But
No, tall, lanky guy.
Right.
He was batting very well, like very confidently.
oh right, yeah.
Yeah.
now
So
I-
right alongside Rachin Ravindra, actually, in a lot of
I think,
instances.
for me, it's like, New Zealand, obviously, the strengths, we are all very right on that. I think what they're going to struggle with again is the same thing where in their playing 11, I don't think they have a second spinner, full-time spinner. I think it's again going to be dependent on like Rachin Ravindra, Glenn Phillips to support like Mitchell Santner, and I think that's an issue.
I think they have 3 spinners, yeah.
Glenn Phillips is not really a spinner, he's a part-time bowler.
Yeah. I don't consider Rachin Ravindra to be a full-time spinner either.
Okay, so Rachin Ravindra is sort of like Jadeja. He actually can bowl quite quickly.
Okay.
He doesn't turn the ball that as much. Yeah,
So they have utility players,
Yeah, like if Mitch Santner gets going, he can be very dangerous.
Yeah.
So, but if we were to talk about predictions, I had chosen India and Pakistan to go from the semis. So I naturally have to say that they're going to be the group stage exit from Group A, along with Bangladesh. Do you rate them?
I rate them very highly, and again, I said India and Pakistan will both qualify to the semis, but I'll put a small asterisk there, which is that if New Zealand defeats Bangladesh, they will qualify. Now, whatever meaning you want to take out of that, you can.
New Zealand will beat Bangladesh. What are you saying?
If they beat Bangladesh, then
Yeah.
India is not going to the semis.
Yeah, that actually could be the case.
Look, I predicted that India would be going out.
In the group stage, yes.
Yeah, exactly. So naturally, New Zealand would make it.
So
to
you
those
say New
semis.
Zealand and Pakistan?
Yeah, New Zealand and Pakistan,
To
and
the
New Zealand
semis.
will also beat India in Dubai. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. There's not a lot of hopes for Indian ODIs, I guess. If we were to discuss, I think have we discussed strengths? We've discussed weaknesses. You said that they don't have a spinner. I think for me, coming back to the weakness would be their middle order has always been strong.
Right.
It's always the players around the middle order that have always somehow disappointed at key moments.
Yeah.
People say South Africa are chokers, New Zealand are equally chokers.
Right.
In especially the key moments of the game. I know they've had recent successes in ICC tournaments, But again, if you don't win, you don't win. So
I actually think that pace bowling attack is also not that impressive. I think they're quick, but they also need a lot of runs. And
they
that's
don't know
also
how to
an issue.
read the situation, I guess, because you have someone as a Lockie Ferguson. On a good day, he can bowl 10 overs and probably not give you more than 20 runs. But on a bad day, he can go for more than 80. So that game awareness somehow for a team like New Zealand has always been at key moments they might make mistakes, and that's where they start losing the game. So
they've always been a team that's good but not good enough to win a tournament.
yes, good but not good enough. I think that's how you can put it. But yeah, they can upset anyone. So yes, if you were to discuss any player that you think that probably would have missed out in this squad, or you would have liked.
I think Trent Bolt still has it.
Yeah.
I think he took an early. I think it's good for him. You know, he took an early retirement. He's going to focus on the T20 league. I think it's good for his body. But I still think he's probably the best opening bowler in the world.
Oh yes, he's one of the best bowlers in the world, at least.
Is still Saudi play?
No,
He's retired, bro.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So yeah, Matt Henry, Lockie Ferguson. That's what their pace attack is, and along with Darren Mitchell is medium pacer, I believe.
I mean, yeah, you part-time
So-
medium pacer, but you know, I mean, I think New Zealand is a good squad. I think they have good players. But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, and they have a Nathan Smith as well, which is a new name no one knows.
See, I mean, this tells you that we are kind of just casually discussing teams. We don't know a lot about each team. We don't watch as much cricket as you know, some of the cricket fanatics, so don't come on to us out of that. We're just kind of
I
following
mean,
our passion here. And
Talk
just-
about yourself. I do
Yeah.
watch cricket, but
You were watching
just-
the Ranji game yesterday. What are you
Yeah,
talking
we
about?
We get to know that once we come to Bangladesh, how much we know cricket.
Let me get my laptop ready for that. Okay, I guess that's a good point for us to move. We've said, wait, you guys have said that they will move to the semis.
No, I did not say that.
Oh, sorry, he said
I
that.
did.
Yeah, he said that.
But you didn't say if they'll lose or win though.
Oh, they'll lose. They're not winning because
Okay.
they'll either face Australia or England, and I don't think they're beating either.
Yeah. Okay, so we have all the predictions logged in now. All right, so I guess we can move on to Bangladesh now.
Yeah, so now tell me about your cricket knowledge, right? Cricket fanatic,
As you-
cricket expert, like,
As you can
Shakib
see-
Al Hassan.
yes, he's not even in the squad, which
I
is
know,
surprising.
which is very surprising.
So you can see the squad on the screen. I know about Nazmul Chanto though.
Everyone knows about Nazmul Shantam, and he's a
You know
captain.
about- you
Yeah,
know about
so-
Mushfiqur Rahim as well.
I
Yeah,
know
he's a wicketkeeper.
Mehdi
Great.
Hassan. I know Mehdi Hassan.
So you know all the players who played like 4 or 5 years ago. And if you've been seeing them for 10 years, so you know about them. Any of the new players, you're just like, oh, what?
No, Taskin Ahmed is I think one.
Taskin Ahmed's also been
He's
playing
been
for
around
9
for a while.
years.
He
Yeah.
played the 2015 World Cup as well.
Damn,
Yeah.
he looks young.
So I mean, I'll be very honest with you. I think Bangladesh is just not up to the standards. I like a few players. I think Jakar Ali scored like a quick 70 against West Indies recently. He's a good player, and obviously, there's a pacer. I'm forgetting his name, but he's supposed to be like one of the biggest upcoming talents in the world, and he's quick.
In
I
the
think-
world or in Bangladesh?
No, like literally, what he's actually.
Nahid Rana?
Yeah, I think it's Nahid Rana.
Yeah.
And I've heard the kids, I've heard again from some of my Bangladeshi
I've
friends.
seen him bowl.
That he's quick,
He's
people don't want to
quite
play him.
promising. Quite
Yeah,
promising.
So, he could be a talent for the future. And what other strengths do you think there are in the Bangladeshi team?
I think again, I'm gonna try and mix up the. They're obviously not gonna make the semis, but they might have just the strength to like make a major upset for at least New Zealand or Pakistan. I'm being overly optimistic on India. They won't be able to defeat India. They actually might just defeat one of them, and because of that one game, it will be a net run rate chase for that second spot, which always happens in a short one when you play like your opponent once in a group stage game. So they might just be able to do that, because you have to remember all these smaller teams, they have played more ODIs. They've played more with the associate teams or like in those odd locations. Again, they're playing in Pakistan, but they have one game in the UAE against India. I'm not saying they will be able to defeat them, but they might show promise that Bangladesh cricket, which seemed to be dying a few years ago, might just make a comeback by at least being a promising team and not a associate team that everyone looks at like with that lens.
I have a completely different opinion.
Okay.
They're going to lose all the games.
All the games,
Yeah,
okay.
they're not beating India. They're not beating New Zealand. They're not beating Pakistan.
I'm not saying that they'll beat Pakistan or New Zealand, but what I'm saying is that if I were to talk about strengths, in ODI cricket, you always have enough time to bounce back. So that might be a possibility. If they're able to win one game, I think they did well.
Yeah, but I think that was always dependent on a player like Shakib, who just bat forever. You don't have Shakib, who I think still is one of the best batters that country has. He can't bowl, obviously, that's a big loss.
I think they're the kind of team where, if the other team scores 150, they would get all out for 120. I don't have a lot of hopes in Bangladesh. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Any big misses in the squad? Like, all these familiar names you've been seeing for years. Anyone
Tamim Iqbal, Shakib Al Hasan.
Little Nas.
Rubel Hussain.
Little Nas is not in the squad, I think.
Little
That
Nas.
one, I mean, you know what? To be fair, he's like average of 30, I think strike rate of 80, so never been like a crazy player. But it's weird when you just see these teams you've been seeing for years change form.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
Over and out.